Hello, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world, and be very, very welcome to our Wake Up Your Eyes live corresponding to lesson number 1. And today we're going to talk about 5 secrets to improve your eyesight, your vision, naturally, with daily things that you can do very easily anytime. And besides giving you the welcome, I would like to know where you are participating from. We always like to know where you're from. Over the years, we've had over 4 million people participating from absolutely every country in the world except for North Korea. So about 100 countries, only one resisting. They don't have Facebook. So we always like to know where you're from. And we are in the middle of this process, this Wake Up Your Eyes free 4-part masterclass, where you are going to get actually the equivalent of a weekend workshop in which we're going to deliver about $300 worth of value for free. Yeah. And we're going to be sharing, for example, the secret of how you can improve your eyesight without glasses or surgery. We shared that in video number 1 of lesson 1. Today, we're going to talk about 5 keys to improve your vision every day. And maybe I'll get generous and I'll talk about more than 5. And I will also share with you about my vision journey. I will go deeper on the topics of lesson 1. So if you haven't already watched video number 1, you're going to want to make sure that you are registered to the free 4-part masterclass so that you can watch everything through clearsightmethod.com/wakeupyoureyes. Yeah. I will also teach you more tips and exercises. I will answer the questions that we typically get about lesson number 1 and video number 1. And you will also discover a number of other people who have had already the results that you're probably looking for. Because if you're here, I imagine that you need glasses, contacts, or you've had surgery, or you've been told that you need to get surgery, and you're actually looking for another possibility, another alternative. And if so, you're in the right place. You're going to learn how you can do this, how you can see clearly with your own eyes without glasses, surgery, or contacts, treatments, drops, etc. And let me show you, I have here with me several people that at some point in time are probably going to talk. So I have Elia and Cecilia. Both of them are vision educators and they're part of the ClearSight Method team. And I also have Diana and Maria, who are vision coaches in training. They're part of our school of vision coaching. By the way, the only one in the world that delivers a university degree that is officially recognized by the Secretary of Education, the Public Secretary of Education, in this case in Mexico. So voila. So you're going to hear all their stories. And if you were wondering if this works, of course, the best is to try it for yourself and see with your own eyes. And we're going to give you the opportunity to do so with the tips and techniques and exercises we'll show you. But you'll also have the opportunity to hear different people who've done it in the past. Thank you, girls. I'll be calling you out probably later as we go. Voila. And as I was saying before, there's been over 4 million participants of the Wake Up Your Eyes free 4-part masterclass. Actually, we're closer now. I think we're beyond the 4,100,000. And they're in all the areas of the world, in all the continents, in all the countries except for North Korea. And so we like to know where you're from so we can keep completing our map. And I see there's Mike Reynolds from the UK that is around here. Hello. There's also Manifest Teams in Mountain, in Lookout Mountain in Georgia, the United States. There's Beth in North Carolina, Victoria also in the British Columbia. Great. Okay, we already asked these questions. And I would also like to know if you know other people that that have issues with their eyesight, that need glasses or contacts, or who have been told they need to get surgery or have had surgery in the past, and now they have issues again with their eyesight. Well, you can share. You can also share the link that we've given you, so that these people can also register to the free 4-part masterclass. And I'm seeing that there's also Tesfaye from Ethiopia and Bogi Studio Yoga from Oregon, the United States. And Madeline is asking if this will be recorded. It is being recorded, and while it is best if you participate live, if you have some other commitments and you cannot see the whole thing, you can check the recording in YouTube. So you're going to want to be registered in our YouTube channel. Subscribe. So subscribe at youtube.com/ClearSight Method. Chances are that you're watching from YouTube or Facebook. So you can subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on Facebook, and that's where you will see the recordings. But if you register for the free 4-part masterclass, we'll also be sending you notifications and reminders and the links to the videos, etc., through your email. So then you're sure that you don't miss a thing. So, and I was saying, share with your friends and family, because if you know other people who have issues with their eyesight, they're going to be very grateful to you, certainly, if you share this valuable information with them, so that they can also avoid needing surgeries and use their glasses and contacts less until they don't need them anymore. Okay. Yes, so share with the people you care about. And I would also like to know if you're interested or engaged. And I would like to see you typing in the chat. If you are interested, well, you're listening to this, maybe finding it curious, and you'll have more knowledge, and that is good. But if you're engaged, it's not just about hearing the information and knowing more, but about applying, practicing, getting the experience, really making it part of your habits and your lifestyle. And when you do that, that's when you're going to have the results. And I also see that there's Vish from South Africa, and Michael Reynolds is saying that this is a great course. Thank you, Mike. You've been around for a while, and thanks for being an enthusiastic participant and follower. Okay, also Karen from Central California, great. Okay, so if you're engaged, you'll want to be taking notes, not just because the shortest pen works better than the longest memory, and you'll want to remove interruptions and distractions so you can be fully present, and you'll want to make sure that you make these tips and tricks part of your daily life. And Trish is saying that she's learning a lot, and Beth is engaged. Yay, we like the engaged people. And part of being engaged is following the process in order. So I would like to know if you have seen video number 1 already, because we're going to build on what was taught in video 1. So if you haven't seen video 1, stay for this live, because you're going to learn a lot. But I encourage you to go back and watch video number 1 so you can complete the holes. Yes. And if you've seen video number 1, then you learned already the practice, the exercise of palming. It's one of the star practices of natural vision improvement. It's extremely useful. It's extremely good for your eyesight. It works for all kinds of symptoms that you may have. Yeah. And if you've been practicing palming, maybe you have questions, and we'll take time to answer the questions. But I would like to know, if you've been practicing palming for the past 2 days, what have you already noticed? What has changed already in the sensations in your eyes, in your eyesight, how you perceive colors, how your eyes are relaxed and moist? Anyway, if you're like me and other people who practice palming, you start noticing the effects of palming almost right away, and your eyes feel much better and your eyesight starts improving. And palming is extremely important to relax the muscles that participate in focusing in the eyes. So you want to be doing palming several times a day if possible. Today we'll dive deeper into this. And so if you've been practicing palming, what did you notice? What has changed? How is the sensations in your eyes or your eyesight different? Yeah. And do you want to keep improving your eyesight? Because we can go deeper, we can go further, we can teach you more. You can add other practices to keep improving your eyesight. Yeah. So I'm assuming that you do want. So let's continue then. The way to keep improving is to make sure that you participate fully in the free 4-part video course or masterclass, Wake Up Your Eyes. And so today we're April 5th, we're doing the live that corresponds to lesson number 1, but there's going to be more lessons. Lesson 2, tomorrow we're going to free the video, and on April 8th, you'll have the live. And then on the 9th, we'll broadcast video number 3, and you'll have the live on April 11th. And then on April 12th, we will broadcast the video of lesson number 4. And on April 14th, we will have the corresponding live. All the videos of each lesson are pre-recorded, and we're sending them to you via email. So that's a reason why it's so important to make sure that you are registered, and you can watch them whenever you like. We're typically sending them in the morning. I don't recall if it's at 7 a.m. or 9 a.m., but you will get them in your inbox. You can watch them whenever you want. And the lives are happening at a given time. Yeah, so that's 12 noon Pacific, 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, which corresponds, if I am correct, to 9 p.m. in Amsterdam, Berlin, Rome, Madrid, which is 8 p.m. in London and Dublin. So we're always trying to look for a schedule that fits both sides of the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah, and if you're not in these areas, well, anyway, you can take a snapshot if you want of the different schedules that we have. Okay, but basically it's at the same time as you did it today. So to make the most out of it, make sure that you are registered. You can also register through our main website, clearsightmethod.com. Okay, so, and if you were already watching the free 4-part masterclass, you probably have an idea of who I am, who is Ainhoa de Federico. But if you're just appearing here for the first time, let me say a few words. I'm not going to take as much time as last time, as when we did the sneak preview of the Wake Up Your Eyes free 4-part masterclass. But let me give you a few words, and I'll tell you about parts that I didn't talk about the other day. So the first thing that you need to know is that I am Dr. Ainhoa de Federico. I have 2 PhDs and a honorary doctorate. I'm a researcher and professor at the University of Toulouse in France, the second oldest university after La Sorbonne in France. And I'm the creator of the ClearSight Method, one of the first online programs for vision improvement, and a world-class program for vision improvement, for natural vision improvement. So what does it teach? It teaches you to see clearly again without glasses or surgery. This program, this method, is backed up by 20 years of personal research within the 100 of years that there's been research on natural vision improvement in the areas of ophthalmology, optometry, neurophysiology and neurosciences, epigenetics, nutrition, the study of posture, research on the impact of light on health and eyesight. And even though it may be surprising, there's also information in the human and social sciences on eyesight and vision, such as psychology, sociology, anthropology, and history. And of course, there's research in the more contemporary lifestyle medicine, integrative and holistic functional medicine based on lifestyle and habits. And what I have done in the past 20 years is find all the information in these areas of research and synthesize it and organize it in a step-by-step method that anybody can use. Yes, that anybody can learn very easily and that can be applied daily in a day-to-day way. And I was saying it's a world-class method, and I can back it up because we have received plenty of awards and prizes in many different countries in the world. In 2019, we received the second prize to the most deserving program in Lunch Club in the United States. in 2020, the ClearSight Method was declared the most loved program by clients among hundreds of thousands in the leading platform of the Spanish and Portuguese speaking language for online education, Hotmart. And in 2022, so it's a Brazilian company, in 2022, it was declared the best natural vision improvement course company by the Healthcare and Pharmaceutical Awards delivered by the Global Health and Pharma Organization in the UK. In 2023, I got awarded a honorary doctorate for the global impact of the ClearSight Method in Mexico. And in 2023, the ClearSight Method was declared the most innovative vision improvement initiative in Europe by the European Enterprise Awards organized by EU Business News. So we not only have participants from all over the world, but we've had prizes and awards and all kinds of recognitions from many places in the world, also from many countries in the world. And the reason why I'm telling this, it's not to show off, even though, of course, I'm very pleased and happy that this is happening. I would be lying if I didn't say that I'm very excited of all these awards. But I'm telling you because you deserve to know the quality of the information that you're getting, the value that it has, and how it is really legit. You deserve it. You deserve to know. Okay, and I'm seeing that people who have seen video number 1 are saying, yes, palming seemed relaxing to the eyes. This is great. And also, I think it was Trish is saying, I had no idea how tense my eyes stayed until I began palming. This is crucial, what you're saying. I don't yet see more clearly, but my eyes are considerably more comfortable, less tense. I love palming and I'm committed to it. What you're saying, Trish, is absolutely crucial. Your eyes need to be relaxed in order for the muscles in the eye to be able to do the focusing. Okay, and if you are not seeing better yet, it's okay. You're just creating the context in which your eyes are going to be able to improve. And with the technique that we're going to teach in lesson number 2, you're going to see vision improvements, even practicing 5 minutes, 3 minutes, a minute. We're so confident in this that we're even going to provide the eye charts and the small print so that you can check it. Yeah, but relaxing your eyes and having them be more comfortable, it's absolutely crucial. Yeah. Okay, so you're seeing that this is working. People who are participating are reporting that this is working. And I see more people in India and in Italy. This is amazing to have people from all over. Okay, so I was saying that we've had lots of awards and prizes and recognitions, and you deserve to know that this information is valuable and it's really high quality. But of course, I didn't start like this. I didn't start getting honorary doctorates for the impact of the ClearSight Method, etc. I started because I myself had vision problems at different times in my life. I was born with myopia, or being very nearsighted, which is kind of rare for kids. Kids usually are hyperopic. They have the capacity to see far and they have trouble to see near. But my issue was the opposite. I also had strabismus, so I had a very strong squint, and I had a lazy eye, or amblyopia. And when I was 6 months old, I was lucky that I was born in a family of doctors. And my grandfather was a very well-known and renowned neurosurgeon in Spain at the time. And when I was 6 months old, my parents, with the visit of my grandparent, they took the opportunity to ask if there was something that could be done. And my grandfather was very well connected with the best specialists in all areas of medicine at the time. And so he suggested to my parents that, that we go visit an ophthalmologist that was a full professor at the Department of Ophthalmology at the University of Granada in the south of Spain, and she was specialized in strabismus for kids. And this doctor, Dr. Medina, was very surprised at first that I was brought so little, and but then she actually congratulated my parents for doing so, because I was brought so early that it was very easy to transform what was going on with me. So this ophthalmologist suggested to my parents that they should patch my eyes every day for an hour in the morning, an hour in the afternoon, and stimulate my eyes with different exercises and games. And my parents did so very diligently. So by the time I was 1 year old, in my first birthday party, I actually didn't have any issues with my eyesight anymore. My eyesight was absolutely perfect. I could see far and near, and my eyes were corrected. They were not squinting anymore, and both of my eyes were active, and my brain was considering the information from both. So it's interesting that one of the first experiences I've had in life was actually improving my eyesight naturally, of course, with the support of a great ophthalmologist, but it's one of the earliest experiences I've had in life. And also, my parents, every year when it would be my birthday, this is one of the 3 stories that they would always tell me. So I also grew with a very important sense of identity of being someone that had very good eyesight and who had improved her eyesight from childhood. So I grew up knowing that eyesight can be improved. And then later on, when I was 23 and I was studying in the north of France, I had done one of those European exchange programs, the Erasmus program, and then I had stayed because I wanted to do my PhD in France. And actually, I've done a lot of my academic career in French universities. But anyway, so I was 23, I was getting ready to do my PhD. And one morning I woke up and I was seeing double and very, very blurry. And I got very scared. I was so scared that immediately I called my parents in Spain. They were 1,000 kilometers away, and maybe it was like 7 or 8 in the morning, and it was very rare. I would never call in the morning. So when my mother picked up the phone, she was kind of freaked that I was calling so early, and she's like, "What's going on?" And I was in panic, saying, I cannot see. I'm seeing blurry. I'm seeing double. What shall I do?" And my mother said, "Well, first, please don't call me to tell me these things because I get very scared. There's nothing I can do. And second, call an ophthalmologist, call an eye doctor." And I was like, duh, of course, this is what I should do. And this story is kind of old, and you're going to know because at the time, the internet wasn't yet in everybody's homes. And so I couldn't Google for ophthalmologists, optometrists, and eye doctors. So I picked the yellow pages and started turning the yellow pages till I found the area of eye doctors, and started calling one after the other until one could give me an appointment that very same day, because I was in such sense of urgency and panic. And yeah, I was so upset and scared. And later on, I realized that this wasn't a very good idea. I mean, for something as delicate as your eyes, you should probably get a good recommendation of a good eye doctor, and certainly not just the first person that has available space, right? I mean, you would never go to an empty restaurant. You always go to the restaurants that have long lines, because there you know that the food is very good. So anyway, I went to an empty restaurant in terms of having my eyesight checked. And I went to see this guy. And we were in the middle of winter. He gave me an appointment in the evening or the late afternoon. So it was dark by the time I went there. It was a cold day. The building where the ophthalmologist was an old building that didn't have much light, and it was not very warm. It didn't have heating, and the materials of the building were cold. It was like marble and things like that. So it was not a very welcoming space. And I mention this because this is also these are factors that also impact the quality of your eyesight and your vision. Anyway, I go into the office, and the interaction was kind of awkward. Like, he didn't say hello or good evening. He didn't say hi. He didn't invite me to sit, or he didn't indicate me to stay standing. Like, I didn't know when I could talk, when I couldn't, if I should sit or not. It was really awkward and uncomfortable. Anyway, when finally I had the social cues that I could interact, I told him that the day before I had perfect eyesight. I could see very well, near, far, by day, by night, and that I had woken up seeing double and very, very blurry. And I wanted to know what had happened. What was the cause of this problem? And my question went in one ear and out the other. He didn't answer to my question, and he didn't even try to understand what had happened. The only thing he seemed to be interested in is to sit me in front of a machine that had different lenses and letters and numbers of different sizes. And I was supposed to look and indicate when I could see those letters and numbers the best, which I did. It was not perfect, but it was as best as I could at that moment. And so he wrote on a piece of paper that I had so many diopters of myopia or nearsightedness, that I had so many diopters of astigmatism, and that I had double vision, diplopia. And I was like, okay, but why didn't I have them yesterday? Because yesterday I was seeing perfect, and I have them today. What has happened? Again, he didn't pay attention to that question, let it go through his ears, and he told me that I had to buy glasses and that I had to wear glasses for the rest of my life. And honestly, when he said that, I was absolutely furious. I was super frustrated because the first thing I needed was an understanding of what had happened to see if there was a solution to that, not to be glued behind some glasses with the instructions of wearing those for the rest of my life. I was 23. I wasn't expecting to wear glasses for the rest of my life, having perfect eyesight for forever and having such a strong identity of someone who sees very well. So even though I was very frustrated and upset, I behaved very polite. I paid the consultation. I said goodbye very politely. And when I was out the door, I broke the prescription, threw it to the trash, and told myself, I'm not buying glasses, and I'm not buying that now I need glasses until I find what is the cause of my vision problem, my current vision problem. So I went back home and with all my frustration, and I started calling my friends to tell them about what had happened and to have people hold space for my emotions to get a bit out of me, right? And as I was talking with one of my friends, she told me, well, I cannot promise that my doctor will find the solution, but what I can assure you is that he's going to look for the cause with you. He's going to try to understand with you. And I was like, okay, I buy. I mean, that is all I'm asking for. And if we find something great, if we don't, well, maybe then I'll buy the glasses. But first I need to know what's going on. And I'm very happy at myself, and I thank myself for having been so stubborn and inspired at that time, because if I hadn't, probably I would still be wearing glasses today. Because the moment you start wearing glasses, and especially if you wear them all the time, what do they tell you? That your eyes need to get used to them. So they do. And once your eyes get used to the glasses, guess what? They're keeping all the tensions in the muscles, and the eye needs to be all tense up to see clearly through the glasses. So now as you're wearing glasses all the time, your eyesight tends to get worse. Your eyes tend to become dependent on the glasses. And a lot of people have noticed that by wearing glasses, their eyesight progressively gets worse and worse, and the diopters only increase over time instead of decreasing. And you may tell me on the chat if that's your story, if that's something that happened to you. Anyway, so as for me, I had the conversation with this friend. She gave me the contact of her doctor, which was actually a generalist, a family doctor, not even an ophthalmologist. And so I went to visit this other doctor the next day. So he gave me an appointment in the morning. It was still winter, but it happened to be a sunny day. And his office had a lot of light and had warm colors. It felt welcoming. The moment I came in, the guy was smiling at me and started an interaction, and he was listening very carefully. And all these things also play a role in being able to relax and then to see better. So anyway, he listens to me very carefully. I tell them the 2 days Before I was seeing perfectly, but then all of a sudden I wake up in the morning seeing blurry and double. And he checks me and he looks at me, etc. And after some time, he tells me, well, young lady, what's going on is that you have sinusitis. And because there's inflammation in the sinuses that happen to be around the eyes, this inflammation in the sinuses is compressing your eye globes, and that's what's causing the tension, the pressure, is what's causing the refractive errors. That's why you're having myopia, and that's why you're having astigmatism, and that's why you're having double vision. Okay, that makes sense. Sinusitis, pressure, and thus the blurry vision. And so if the cause was sinusitis, what was the solution? Well, in that case, it was antibiotics against the bacteria that were causing the infection. And so he told me, take antibiotics for 7 days. If after 7 days your eyesight is back to normal, that's the end of the story. You don't need to buy glasses anymore. And if you still have something, well, come back and we'll check if we can do something more. So I took the antibiotics for 7 days and I never went to see that doctor ever again, which in a way I find a pity, because I think it'd be nice to come back and see him and thank him, not only for my own story and for never having had to wear glasses in my whole life. There's still a third story, but also because he gave me the first understanding about what can cause the refractive errors. And so how eyesight can be distorted and how it can be restored when you remove the things that are creating the pressure, the tension in the eye globe. And we'll talk about this a little bit more. And thank you, Regina Arroyo. You're saying that you love my pronunciation. Well, probably I have a little bit of a Spanish accent, but well, the point is that if it's clear, it's good enough. Thank you very much. And we also have Merei Simara watching from Fiji Islands. My goodness, we really have people from all over the world. And Trish is super happy for these great explanations. And yeah, I'm going to continue on this. And I see also Charu from India is saying, I started at minus 1.75 at age 14. And now in my 50s, it's minus 5.5. So if glasses were helping you to really see better, if they were helping you to improve your eyesight, the prescription would be going down over time. But it's going up over time. So actually, we can consider them crutches. The crutches do help you in the moment. I'm not going to say the opposite, but they make you dependent. And the more you use the crutches and you don't use your legs, the more dependent you are on the crutches. At some point, you'll need to make the choice to let go of the crutches little by little so that you can exercise your organs and be able to make them work again by themselves. And that's what we do with natural vision improvement. Yeah, and I see also Tricia saying that's exactly what's happening with me. Been wearing glasses now 20 years and my eyes keep getting worse. Indeed, and that they get even worse faster when you're wearing bifocals, trifocals, and progressive lenses. I've been going a few hours each day. The last 2 days getting used to taking them off. That's really a good idea. It's really good. Actually, the idea is to use the glasses as little as possible. Only use them when they're absolutely necessary. For example, if you need them to drive, of course, do drive them. Security first, your own and other people's, right? And if you need the glasses to do a specific task that requires focusing very precisely, like, for example, doing accounting with little numbers on a big spreadsheet, well, wear the glasses at that time. But all the rest of the day that you can be without glasses, that the glasses are not necessary for you to be functional, it's better not to wear them. Okay, and Karen is also, thank you for this explanation of why once we start wearing glasses, our eye muscles must remain poorly focused. Indeed, in order for the glasses to work properly. Exactly. That's it. Oh, and we have also Juliet from the US Virgin Islands. Nice to have you around. Lots of love to you, Juliet. Okay, so in this second moment in my life when I had eyesight problems, as you have understood, I could solve them within a week, just finding what was the cause for the tension in the eyes and removing that tension, that pressure. And so within a week, I was back to my perfect eyesight, seeing very well, far and near, by day and by night. And fast forward again, and then I was again, I was in my 30s, I think I was 34. And by that time, I had already finished my PhD. I was already a tenured professor at the University of Science and Technologies in Lille in the north of France. And I was a guest researcher and professor at the Autonomous University of Barcelona in Spain. And I was part of the editorial team of a scientific journal. And I was actually editing a special issue. And for that, I had to read lots of articles, and I had to read them fast because I needed to evaluate them and send them to other reviewers. And so what I would do is that I would print the articles with two pages on one piece of paper, so that with small letters, small print, so I could read faster and evaluate faster. And I started noticing, I was 34, that I had to put the papers further away from me because otherwise I couldn't focus them. And then when I was in the subway in Barcelona, I couldn't see the names of the subway stops or the lines. And I was like, okay, so third time in my life when I have vision problems, but I've already had two experiences that eyesight can be improved without the necessity of surgeries or glasses. And by that time, I had already spent 5 years studying and researching into the idea that symptoms in the body could be the expression of tension in your consciousness or unresolved emotions about a stressful situation. So I was already working for 5 years on psychosomatic approaches to health. I was like, okay, let's experiment. So I have improved my eyesight already twice. The first time I did it with exercise and relaxation and stimulation for the eyes at the physical level. And the second time it happened at the chemical level, at that time with antibiotics. And of course, there's a lot you can do also to improve your eyesight with nutrition and detox. But I found about that later. And then I said, okay, let's see if now I can improve my eyesight also with this emotional approach. And so I went to an ophthalmologist to have a diagnose, but I didn't have the intention to wear glasses. Or actually, I gave myself 2 months of time. I challenged myself to improve my eyesight again within the time of 2 months. And if I would succeed in 2 months, then I wouldn't wear glasses. And if I didn't succeed, well, then I would consider buying glasses, right? So I went to, by the way, all the glasses that I'm having here for educational purposes, I always need to borrow them because I have never bought a pair of glasses for me ever. So anyway, I went to an ophthalmologist in France, in the north of France, when I was back from that period in Barcelona. And this ophthalmologist told me that I had developed, again, astigmatism, which I had had in my 20s, and that I had developed also presbyopia, the need for reading glasses. And when she told me that, I felt as if 20 years fell suddenly on my shoulders, and I immediately felt old because presbyopia normally starts in the 50s or the 40s, and I was only 34. So I found it really impressive to have developed such a symptom so young. I really felt old. Anyway, so she told me that, and again, my intention was not, even though she told me that I should buy glasses and wear them for the rest of my life, my intention was actually to go back to my books and my references of what is the meaning of what symptom, and see what was the message or the metaphor or the thing I needed to solve in my life that was being pointed by astigmatism and presbyopia. And we're going to talk about this kind of hypotheses and ideas in depth in lesson number 3 of this free 4-part masterclass. Yeah. But just to tell you about my story, at that time, I took the message, what my eyes were telling me through this astigmatism and this presbyopia. Basically, they were telling me that I had lost sight of my true path in life, and that I was bored with what I was doing, that it felt like the best of my life was behind. And honestly, at any age, it's very sad if you think that the best of your life is already behind. But being 34, when you're like super young still, it's ridiculous. So I told myself I couldn't be doing that to me. And of course, I took the message from my eyes and made some changes in my life, took some decisions, and even without doing any exercise, just shifting my consciousness and making choices in my life. Before those 2 months, I was seeing again perfectly. Yeah. And the rest is history, meaning that I haven't had any more diagnosed vision issues ever since. And I can tell you, every year I'm older, just like you. I'm not getting any younger, right, with the years passing. So I'm older than I was at those times when I had the eyesight symptoms, and my eyesight is great. And even when I renew my driver's license in Spain, they tell me that I see better than I saw before. They're very surprised every time I renew my driver's license and my eyesight is checked. And if that is true for me, it can be true for you too. Trish is saying like, wow, powerful testimonial. I'm not the only one. You're going to learn stories from other people. And we have hundreds and hundreds of video testimonials of people that have participated in our various programs. So you can check if you want at clearsightmethod.com/testimonials. And you'll see that there's dozens and dozens of stories, and they're all great. They're all amazing. Yeah, I see that the team is sharing those links. Okay, so this is to tell you about my story. So just to summarize it, as I said, I've had issues at birth in 1996 and in 2007. So now we're in 2024. I'm not younger than I was then, right? And I see much, much better. And one of the choices that I made at that time is, since my eyes were telling me that I was bored with the path I was following, I chose to focus my area of research into natural vision improvement, telling myself, okay, so you've improved your eyesight 3 times, 3 different moments in your life, in 3 different ways. Maybe there's more ways, more levels, more angles, more methods, more approaches that help you improve your eyesight. And so I started researching, and the result of that, is the ClearSight Method, where I have incorporated 6 different levels for vision improvement. And you're going to discover some of them throughout this free 4-part masterclass, Wake Up Your Eyes. Okay, so in lesson number 1, we talked already about the secret of natural vision improvement. And I'm just going to go quickly through the main ideas of the video. Again, if you haven't watched the video, let me invite you to do so, because there's more information in that video too. But just to take the gist of it and to go deeper into other practices, exercises, and answers to questions. So this is a model of an eye, right? Anatomically precise, but bigger. And in the eye, there's plenty of transparent layers so that the light can go to the retina for an image to be formed. And actually, the eye doesn't see. It only captures the light impulses. Vision happens in the brain. That's where we see. So the light from the sun, hopefully, and otherwise artificial light, is bouncing on objects, and some of those rays that bounce on objects go through our cornea. Yeah, that is a transparent lens of 38 to 42 diopters. A diopter means the capacity a lens has to bend the direction of light. That's what it means. So the diopters are in your glasses, right? Okay, and then the light goes through the aqueous humor, which is liquid that's between the crystalline and the cornea, then the light goes through the pupil, which is inside of the iris. The iris is the part that gives color to your eyes. And then behind there's the crystalline. And the crystalline is a very interesting part because it's a natural lens. And with the work of the ciliary muscles that are sphincter, they're a circular muscle, the crystalline has the capacity, when the ciliary muscles tense up, it bulges up and it creates like a magnifying glass. And then you can see close up, you can see small letters, details near. And when you're looking far, then the ciliary muscle relaxes and the crystalline becomes flat. And so you can see far away. And after the crystalline, there's the vitreous humor, which is kind of a gel, like a gelatin. It's liquid, but a bit thicker. And again, the light can go through it. And then the light goes to the retina. This is a right eye because the optic nerve is going towards the nose. And in front of the pupil, you have the macula and the fovea. Anyway, so all these transparent media change the direction of the light, because every time the light goes through different transparent media, the angle is changed a little bit. And the trick, so we can focus well, is that the direction those rays going through the cornea reach the retina in a way that's precise, so we can focus well and the brain can interpret accurate information. So the crystalline plays a role in that because it can change shapes, right? It can be flatter or thicker, and things are at different distances. So the crystalline plays a role. And if we compare focusing in a human eye with projecting an image on a screen, for example, if you want to project a PowerPoint, or people who were born before the year 2000, sometimes we've had, when we were on holidays, instead of taking pictures, we had those little ones that we would put through a projector to put on a screen, right? Those are very uncommon nowadays. But anyway, if you want to project a film or a PowerPoint or some pictures on a screen or on a wall, you have, the projector has a little wheel, right, that allows you to make the image sharper. But the projector also allows you to have a sharper image with a second mechanism, and that is you could put the projector closer to the wall or the screen or further away. And actually that makes a bigger difference than the little wheel. If the projector is too close or too far, you can turn the little wheel as much as you want, it won't be sharp. It first needs to be at the right distance, and then you can improve with the little wheel. Well, guess what? That happens as well in the eye. And that was the discovery that Dr. William Bates, the pioneering ophthalmologist that started natural vision improvement, discovered. So you can see this model of the eye has different muscles. There's the straight muscles that you can see very well on this other model. This is also right eye because this is the nose. So you have this the recti muscle, sorry, here. There's one underneath and one inside. And there is also the, you can also see them here, the recti muscles. Let me remove this. The recti muscles are here, and towards the nose. And you also have the oblique muscles. You have one here and one here. You can see them on the model here, and here. And on this model, you see a little bit here, and underneath. And what do these muscles do? Of course, these muscles allow us to look into different directions depending on what we're looking at, right? But they also change the shape of the eyeball. When we want to look near, well, they create like a zoom effect, making the eye longer. And when we want to look far away, they create like a great angle effect, and they make the eyeball a bit flatter. So that's the equivalent of putting the projector closer or further away of the screen. So this explanation that Dr. Bates provided has many advantages, because on the one hand, it explains further how there's different groups of muscles that are participating in the activity of focusing. So we know that if we want to focus better, we need to take care of those muscles. And the second thing that it explains is that it allows us to understand why and how most refractive errors are caused. We know that a myopic eye is an eye, a nearsighted eye is an eye that is too long. But now we can understand that it is too long because the oblique muscles are causing tension. So if we want for this eye to stop being nearsighted or myopic, we need to relax these muscles so the eyeball can be again round. And you need to know that just 1 millimeter of difference in the shape of the eyeball causes up to 4 diopters that you need in the glasses to compensate. So I'm exaggerating here, so it's visible, but even a subtle excess of tension in your eyes can be causing the need for the compensation with the glasses. Or if you relax the eye muscles, then you don't need the glasses. What would you prefer? Okay, and for hyperopia or farsightedness, it's the recti muscles that are tense, the recti muscles making the eye flat. So it can focus far, but it cannot focus near. The myopic or nearsighted eye can focus near, but cannot focus far. So we need to relax these muscles. We need to relax these muscles. And so you may be asking, what about astigmatism? Well, astigmatism, the images appear distorted because the cornea is not round anymore. It has become more like a rugby or an American football shaped ball because there's irregular tensions in the recti muscles. And how about presbyopia, the need for reading glasses? Well, the need for reading glasses comes from having too much tension in the ciliary muscles that control the crystalline. So you need to relax and stimulate those muscles so that you can focus again well at any distance, at any age. Okay, so this is in a nutshell, the explanation that came in video number 1. Yes, but watch it because there's also more details that you will want to hear. Okay, if you have strabismus, then there's tension also in the recti muscles in different ways, depending if the strabismus is going towards the outside or the inside. So it's also a matter of muscles. Yeah, and when there's a lazy eye, you need, of course, to stimulate that the brain takes into account the information from that eye, and that can be done. And I know that there's many other eyesight symptoms, and we'll be talking more about them in different lessons of the 3-4-part masterclass. But what I need you to know is that the techniques and the practices that we're teaching are good to improve from all of them. Yeah, and actually, so we've already talked about focusing and the role of the extraocular muscles. Oh, let me give you an example also of why, also to illustrate why these muscles need to be tense. Need to be relaxed. Why these muscles in the eye need to be relaxed in order to be able to do their proper job of focusing at different distances and moving the eyes well. And well, we're going to do this exercise or this illustration, this experiment with our arms. Yeah. So you're going to tense your arms and your hands very, very much. And when they're very, very tense, try to move them. Well, you'll notice that it's just not possible. They need to be relaxed so that they can move. Yeah. Then when they're relaxed, they can move. So when you're wearing glasses, since you wake up until you go to bed and you do this for years, you actually are chronifying the tensions in the eyes that are required to see clear through those glasses. So what was just a tension at a point in time because of some stress or because of sinusitis or because of some worry, now has become chronic tension. And sometimes your eyes are even as hard as a rock because there's so much tension in those muscles for so many years. And the more tension in those muscles, the less you can focus well. Yeah. So I think it was Trisha that was saying that you hadn't realized how tense your eyes were until you started palming. Yeah. So exactly, palming is the first thing you need to start relaxing those muscles so that you can focus again. Voila. Okay, so palming is an amazing technique to relax the muscles around the eyes. There's more, and we're going to teach you another great technique tomorrow in lesson number 2, in video number 2. But we're going to take the time to explain palming in depth and to solve the questions that we've been receiving about palming. And Maria, Diana, Cecilia, Elia, one of you would like to explain palming with me to take because I've been talking on my own for a very long time, and it's also nice to hear other voices. If any of you want to do this with me, raise your hands. Okay, so Maria. Okay, so Maria. Good. So maybe you first want to tell us a little bit about you and about your story, how you met us, what happened when you started practicing natural vision improvement, when you got into the Wake Up Your Eyes, and what has improved for you. And then we can go on and explain palming together. Yeah?
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Maria. I live in the south of Spain, and I work as a high school teacher. I teach foreign languages to teenagers, and I have been practicing natural vision improvement for the last 3 years. I found out that I got my first glasses when I was 13 years old. And I was just remembering my testimony with Ainhoa because she said that when she went to the eye doctor, she felt very frustrated because she didn't have any problem before that moment, and it was the same for me. I had perfect vision for 13 years, and then suddenly, no, you have nearsightedness, you have myopia. The doctor told me that I had to wear my glasses all the time, every day, even if I could see the blackboard and I was sitting far away from the blackboard. And the problem with my eyesight was seeing from far away, so I didn't understand it. But every day I wasn't even old enough. I wasn't even 18. Every day, so every day I had my parents telling me to wear my glasses, my teachers, everyone that knew that I had a problem with my eyesight. So I started wearing them, and my eyesight got worse and worse, until it got like 5 times worse. And I on top of the nearsightedness of the myopia, I had also astigmatism, and as I had started to wear contact lenses, and I had poor vision problems related to wearing glasses and contact lenses so many hours, and other psychological, other emotional things, that tensions, that strain that I had. I also had dry eye and conjunctivitis. And so 3 years ago, I found out that this existed, that this method exists. And I started practicing. I started first by taking off my glasses from time to time, going outdoors. I did go outdoors and go for walks and stuff, but I didn't have thought in more than 25 years that I could actually take my glasses when I was out, as my eyesight had gotten so much worse. Um, I could see the license plate of a car, which was like 5 meters away, perfectly for a second. So that was like, okay, maybe this works. And I didn't believe that much after so many years that you have to wear glasses and your eyes can get better, and you get more and more problems. And then suddenly, well, it does work. So I got into Ainhoa's course, and now there's no astigmatism left. There's no dry eyes. There's no conjunctivitis. They don't appear anymore. The nearsightedness has improved also a lot. Until maybe it has still a long way to go, but it's really improved, because I can see the screen right now and I couldn't. And I have to add, I went to the eye doctor 3 weeks ago or a month ago, and they were expecting that I would have a beginning to not see clearly from up close, because when you're over 40, you start to have presbyopia. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm 41 and I have no presbyopia and I can see perfectly from up close. So you just told me about palming, and palming is one of the first practices that I did, apart from taking off my glasses. And actually, I tried one of the first times that I noticed that palming works was when I was through a stressing day, and I would wake up at 4 a.m. and I couldn't sleep. And okay, what do? I will turn around and toss in bed, toss and turning. And then I thought, okay, wait, why don't I do some palming? And I would put my pillow on my chest and then my elbows, and I practice for about an hour until the alarm clock rang. And I could see so much farther. So it does work. I practice also palming every night before I go to sleep. And when I wake up, most of the days, not every day, I can see clear for maybe the first minute, but it's something. So palming is very useful. To practice palming, you need your hands, maybe a pillow or a cushion. You need to relax your hand, and maybe put some heat on it. But I don't do it because you get heat anyway. And then you put your hands like this. If you wear a cap, you need to leave them, and then you put your hands here. You need to leave some space between your eyes and your hand, and also leave your nose free, because you need to breathe. You cannot relax if you're not breathing.
Mm-hmm.
So your fingers crossed on your forehead, and your palms on the hands are each one in front of each one of the eyes. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. So thank you so much. And maybe we can take some time to explain some details about palming, because there's plenty of questions that come.
of
And
course,
so questions like, shall we do palming without glasses or contacts? Well, yes. I mean, of course, this doesn't make much sense, right? To do the palming with the glasses, it's kind of ridiculous. You need to remove the glasses.
I
And
have tried. May I say something? I have tried palming with contacts.
uh-huh,
Maybe if you practice for half a minute or a minute, it's okay. But if you practice longer, your eyes get dry. So I wouldn't
yes,
advise to do that. And we also want to practice with nothing on our eyes. Well, if we have intraocular lenses, we cannot take them off. But if it's better because you also see the result of palming.
yes. So you do the palming without glasses or contacts. Yes. Well, if it happens that you are in the middle of the street and you don't have your little boxes to put the contacts away and the liquids, as Maria said, if you have no other option, you could do the palming for a couple minutes with the contacts. But really, the ideal is to do palming with your naked eyes. And how about the position? So the most common is to do palming sitting. Like Maria said, you could put a cushion on the table to accommodate your position so that your elbows don't have to be up, because if you're holding your elbows up, then you're creating tension in your neck and your shoulders and your arms, and you need to relax. The point of palming is relaxing. Yeah. So you can add a cushion or a few books. You could also do it on your knees and take a position that is similar to the thinker's position, right? But you're actually holding your head with your fingers on your forehead and your palms covering the eyes. And the weight of your head goes to your elbows, to your knees, and to your feet. And the thinker's position is very good because it also allows to relax different muscle chains in your back. And also it encourages the fetal position and abdominal breathing, which is in itself also very relaxing. So that's a good way to do it. And then you can also understand that this is a position you could practice, for example, when you go to the toilet. Sometimes people are like, when do I practice palming? Well, Maria said, when you wake up or before you go to bed, these are ideal moments to practice palming, especially before going to sleep, because then you allow your eyes to relax and they can get all the benefit from all the hours that you're sleeping at night being relaxed. But also when you're working at the computer in your long hours at the office, it would be good to do palming. And if you don't want to do palming in front of your colleagues on the table because they're going to wonder if you're doing okay, well, you could, of course, teach them and then everybody benefits from it. But if you don't want to, then you can do the palming when you're in a more private space, for example, when you go to the toilet. You can do it before, during, or after, whatever it is that you that you do in the toilet. But anyway, that's a private way where you can sit and practice. And do you want to explain how we do palming when we're laying in bed, for example?
You just lie on your back. You put a pillow on your chest.
Mm-hmm.
You put a pillow on your chest like this so that you have some.
Yes, to hold the elbow.
You can put your elbow somewhere, and your elbows get relaxed, and because otherwise you may get tense around your neck or your shoulders. So
Yes.
you put some pillow on your chest, and then you just put the palming position with your hands in front of with your palms in front of your eyes and your fingers crossing your forehead.
Yes, indeed. You could also use a belt to keep your elbows closed so that they don't go to the sides. That's another option when you are laying. And also, people often ask, is the palming done with eyes open or closed? Right, Elia? You consider that the
Yes.
Wake Up Your Eyes free masterclass is officially open when we get the first question of people asking, do we do the palming with eyes closed or eyes open? With your eyes closed, because the function of palming is twofold. On the one hand, the warmth of your hands is relaxing the muscles around all the eye muscles that participate in focusing. But the other point of doing palming is darkness. You have your eyes closed, so that creates darkness, and you have your hands over your eyes closed, which creates more darkness. And why is this useful? Well, because when our eyes are in the dark at night when we sleep, and also when we do palming and when we blink, it's a moment where we generate the opsins, which are proteins that we have that allow let me remove this, that allow the photosensitive cells, the rods and cones, to perceive colors, to perceive the differences between light and dark for the
I love
rods.
your poster, by the way.
What? Excuse me?
I love your poster.
And the cones can perceive blue and green and red, and they need the opsins to notice. So when we're in the dark, whether sleeping at night or doing the palming or blinking, that's when, so to say, the cartridge of ink of the printer, of the color printer in our eyes can be replenished. Yes. So this is a reason why we want darkness.
I would add that we have also, we can see every moment, every second, every fraction of a second, our eyes are seeing many different colors and many different distances and many different things. And seeing all dark gives us a rest, gives our eyes a rest.
Yeah. And by the way, Linda is asking, does palming work when you've had cataracts removed and new lenses fitted in your eyes? Yes.
Yes.
Palming will help a lot for your eyes to relax and for your eyes to see better too. Okay. And Meresi is like, I will try the palming exercise. Absolutely.
Good.
Yes. Good for you. Okay, so more details about palming. So the point is to generate darkness and to generate rest, relaxation for your eyes. So you're not, some people were asking if the palming is that you have to that you have to hit your eyes with your palms. No, they're
That
just
doesn't relax your eyes.
very gently, and you have them in a cup-like position so that you don't put pressure on the eyeballs. So no pressure, and you're also not moving the eyes while you're doing palming. The eyes are relaxed. Yeah, they're quiet. And the position for your hands, the standard is to do it like this. But if for some reason, because of the shape of your hands or your head, it's more comfortable to put your fingers like this on your forehead, it's also okay. If for some reason you only have one hand available, like you broke an arm or a hand is missing, well, you close your eyes and you can palm alternatively, yeah, each eye to give them extra darkness and warmth for relaxation. Mhm. And the idea, like Maria says, is that you do not close your nose. You need to be able to breathe in through your nose. So you need to generate some space for the nose, for the breathing. Yeah. Sometimes people ask, is wearing a blindfold the same as a palming or being in the dark the same as palming? No, it's not. It's also good because your eyes need darkness. So you want to sleep at night in the dark, and maybe you want to wear a blindfold when you're traveling to avoid having light when you sleep. But the blindfold, the tissue or the dark doesn't have the heat and energy from your hands. That is special, and that helps the relaxation of your eyes very much. You were going to say something else, Maria?
No, I was. Oh, yes. Sorry. If you have children, if you have small children that you want to improve their eyesight, you can just put your hands on their faces.
Yes, when you can sit them on you, and for example, well, this is not a child, but it's just to represent. Yeah, so you could cover the eyes of the child that is sitting on your lap, for example. Yes, it's probably nicer than having the small. Well, I live in Mexico. This is for educational
Their
purposes.
hands,
Yes, you can
put
do
their
this
hands like this.
for your kid. Or if they're going to bed and you're reading them a tale, they're going to sleep. Once they're sleeping, you can also palm their eyes when they're sleeping. Yeah, very good. And also, I have seen the very typical question, how long, how many minutes do I have to practice the palming? How long? Well, basically, as long as you please, as long as it feels comfortable, as long as it feels nice, as long as you're appreciating it. Mhm. The palming will help you even if you do it as short as 1 minute. So if you have the chance, better to do it, even if it's just 1 minute, than not to do it. And you can do it as long as you please. Some people do palming parties and they're actually palming for many hours in a row, or for at least an hour or half an hour. The only warning there is that if you have glaucoma or high intraocular pressure, you should only palm 5 minutes at a time. You can do it as many times as you want during the day, but each time only as long as 5 minutes max. Now, with glaucoma, you could do a combination of palming and the technique we're going to teach you tomorrow. I'm not going to say which one it is because we want you to watch the video tomorrow, right? And you can alternate palming, the new technique, palming, the new technique, and you can do it 15 seconds or 10 seconds, and then you can do it as long as you want. Then there's no risk for glaucoma. Now, if you've had high myopia or retinal detachments or vitreous detachments, you will not want to have this position of the thinker. You will want to keep your head straight, yes, because there's considerations there. More things, Maria, about palming?
Yes, I used to practice palming, not anymore, not now, but at the beginning I used to palm always my eyes, and when I was I used to like to look always for a lying down position.
Oh, the laying down. That's also very good.
Because for the position I would always tense my shoulders and my neck, so it was
Mhm.
more relaxing like that.
Great. And then you can fall asleep as you're palming. And it's a lot of people say that they sleep better when they do palming and that they have less headaches and that there's other things that improve when they do palming. They
I
feel
have
more
said
relaxed.
that I woke up at like 4 or 5 in the morning and I would palm my eyes and maybe I didn't go back to sleep, but I woke up more relaxed.
Mhm. Because it has a soothing effect on the nervous system, not just on the eyes and the eyesight. Okay, and more details that, well, a lot of people ask us, like, how many days should I palm? Well, my question is, how many days do you drink water, or do you brush your teeth, or you take a shower, or you put cream on your skin? How many days do you comb your hair? Well, once you start doing it, you want to keep doing it for life because you feel good, you feel better. It's part of taking care of yourself. It's part of personal hygiene, right? So you want to be doing it every day from now on, just for a few minutes. And how many times a day? Well, as many as suitable. When you drink water, you don't ask how many times a day do you drink water. You drink water as many times as you feel thirsty, right? So ideal is to have water around you so that anytime you feel thirsty, you can drink a little bit of water. So with palming, it's the same. Anytime you're feeling that your eyes are straining, that they're tired, take a couple minutes to do palming.
If you have palm only 1 minute, maybe something is getting soothed there. So
Mhm. Yes, and if you don't have, like you feel like you don't have the time or the attention to be doing it all over the day, right, at different times, at least doing it before going to sleep because it will relax your eyes, your mind, your body. It will improve the quality of your sleep. You can also do it when you're about to wake up. And it's a nice way to give a welcome into the day to your eyes. And it's a nice way to end the palming with blinking, 30 seconds of fast, very soft blinking. And then it will get your eyes used to light again, and it will also keep you blinking. And we're going to talk about more benefits of blinking in a moment. Now, when you're doing palmings, you will have sensations of relaxation in your eyes. They're moist, they're more open, you feel like they're stretching. It could happen, it's not the most common, but it could happen that you have unusual sensations or that you have some headache or even nausea. And actually, for a lot of people, they had that when they started wearing glasses. They were told that they would get used to them. And when they started wearing glasses, they would get headaches and strange sensations in their eyes and even nausea. So now, in a way, we're doing the opposite path so that your eyes get better and better and they can see more and more on their own. But the solar plexus, the stomach area, is the reflex part of the body of the eyes. So sometimes there's a reflection of the tension in the one in the other. And so if you're getting that, sorry, it's a bit uncomfortable, but the good news is that it is a sign that your eyesight is about to improve, that you're actually doing what you need to improve your eyesight. And what can you do as you are palming? So you're not clapping, you're not moving the eyes, you're not pressuring, but you could add music, scents, you could combine it with meditation, affirmations, yes? And you need to know that palming is good at any age and for any symptom, yeah? Anything you'd like to add, Maria?
no, I think it's okay. I think we covered everything.
Okay, great. So Diana, Cecilia, Elia, any of you would like to be with me next? Yeah? Okay, I see Diana is volunteering. Okay. So with Diana, we can say that why is palming good for every eyesight issue? Because what the point here is to give your eyes what they need to function well. Mhm. And once you give them what they need to function well, they're going to see better. And they do need darkness and relaxation, and palming does that. They also need other things like movement and paying attention to details or central fixation and stimuli and contrasts and light and nutrition and detox and hydration and oxygen. And we're going to give you tips in these and other lessons on how to give these things to the eyes. But this is why the techniques that we're showing you work for all the symptoms, and you want to be practicing them regardless of what symptom you have. Diana, do you want to tell us your story?
Yes,
Yes, how you
of course. Thank you, Ainhoa. Hello, everyone. Well, yeah, thinking about palming, that was my first practice, the first time I knew about natural vision. After wearing glasses for 45 years, with a history of strabismus, amblyopia, presbyopia, dry eye, and palming made my dry eye disappear. I used to wear these drops for the eyes, and I remember that first time because it was the sign that natural vision works. I remember doing this palming alone. I was alone at home, with very quiet, and I was like this, thinking about, I remember my childhood, something, yes. And I started to cry because I got emotional. And well, tears are very good for our eyes. Palming allows that, to create the natural tear. And when I just took my palms out and I blinked and I opened my eyes that day, it was in 2020, 4 years ago. And I could see a chart. I had a chart in front of me and I saw it clearly. And I said, wow, this actually works. So I said, okay, glasses, thank you so much for all you have done for me, but I don't want you anymore. And it was that first palming that gave me that flash of clear vision at that time. And then it became a habit. I do palming every day. And it's just, I don't know, like I brush my teeth, I do palming, because, when you are in front of the computer, or you are tense, or you've had a long day. And as Maria was telling us, when you go to bed, and you rest your eyes with palming, because you may believe that when you sleep, your eyes rest, but they don't. When you sleep, even though your eyes are closed, your eyes are moving, we dream during the night. So our eyes are so anxious about those dreams. And besides that, if you have also lights in the room, even if it's the pilot light from the TV or the cell phone, that light goes through your eyelids and your eye can see them. Okay, so that was my story. I discovered, as I have said, natural vision in 2020, and my glasses were okay, but they didn't improve my condition. They made it worse. So now I can tell you that I'm reading the screen, I'm writing, I'm reading books with small prints. I remember starting the course, the natural vision course, and I read the large print, but then I started to see clearer and clearer. And I feel when my eyes are tense, because I start seeing like blurry, and I said, okay, now, dear eyes, we have to rest just a little bit. Because the question of how many times or how long, just 2-3 minutes a day. If you can longer, better. But take that time for you. It's as I say, an intimate space with yourself, with your soul, with your thoughts. And so when you palm, you have the contact of your hands, the skin to the skin of your face, and your eyes are so relaxed. So do it. Practice it little by little, and you will see the changes. You will see how your eyes. Well, I've read the chat that there are people who are feeling those changes, and just by doing it only once, because this is the first lesson of this course. When you see the next video, the next tip, that would be great, because you need that you need also the open air. We are all the time inside our homes, inside our heads. Okay, so we are too mental. Go outside, enjoy nature, the simplest thing. Look at kids love going there, they are curious there. So go back to that, and you will improve, I can tell you that.
Okay, we're actually going to talk about 5 key tips and exercises now to complement palming. We've been talking a lot about palming because it's really a key, and it's one of the star practices of natural vision improvement. Tomorrow, you're going to learn another of the star practices, and these two combined are great. But we promised that today we would give 5 key tips, exercises, 5 secrets. So let's go with it. You want to stay with me as we explain this?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to talk in particular about blinking. We already mentioned that blinking is very, very
Yes.
important. Yeah.
Yeah.
So blinking has a lot of functions. Do you want to say some of them?
One of the functions of blinking is that it creates darkness. Just a microsecond of darkness for the eyes is so good.
We said
Yes.
that it creates the opsins that allows us to see the nuances between black and white, darkness and shadow, and light,
Yeah.
and different colors. So that's one of the things. Another thing
Yes.
is that when you blink, you are stimulating the glands that produce the tears. Some of them are in the eyelids and some of them are in the orbit of the eye. And every time you're blinking, it allows for the tears to come to be produced more. And what else happens when we blink, Diana?
Mm, it's kind of
It's not like you have to.
I have to remember all the theory, we are learning.
I can continue. So when you're blinking, also the tear that you're produced is actually removed, actually to remove this direction because
Yes.
the evacuation is here. And so it cleanses the eye. It cleans from
Yeah.
dust and strange corpses, that strange things that may be there. It refreshes the eye, it cleans the eye. Also, the tear that is spread with the blinking, if there's some alteration on your cornea, if it's not perfect, with the liquid of the tear, by the surface tension of the liquid, it becomes more perfectly round. And so it becomes perfect to be more precise. Also, every time you blink, there's a moment where focus can be rest. All the muscles involved in focusing can rest. So there's very good properties, very good benefits that come from blinking. And beyond this theory, we're going to invite you to do a practice, so that you can notice with your own eyes and for yourself how good, how bad is blinking,
Yeah.
or how bad is not to blink. Do you happen to have a telephone at hand? Because
Yes.
I
Yeah.
left mine
I do.
upstairs. So if you can,
I do.
you can
Okay.
set it up for 30 seconds, for example.
30 seconds. Oh my God. 30 seconds. Yes. It's so
And
I cannot think of 30 seconds without blinking, but okay, let's see who wins.
yes, there's this game that many people do in different countries where they hold each other's chin and they look at each other's eyes, and you're supposed to not blink, and the first one who blinks loses. Yes, but we're going to kind of
Okay.
play that game for 30 seconds.
Okay,
And
30 seconds.
can speak
They are
without blinking for 30
without
seconds.
blinking. 30 seconds without blinking.
Yes.
Okay.
So you say when we start.
Okay. So 1, 2, we go. There.
So everybody's playing this game of not blinking, and notice how long you can stay without blinking, and especially notice how your eyes feel when you're not blinking for so long. And very often we're staring at screens, not blinking, and we're doing this to our eyes without noticing. And it's becoming harder and harder to not
Oh, my,
blink.
oh no.
How much time do we
Oh
have?
my.
I can't stand it anymore. How
Okay.
much?
That's no. I couldn't. I think.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
I
Oh,
think
anyway,
I just. Oh, impossible. Yes. No. It's.
so you've
I
done this.
started. Not even my eyes, I know. My whole body became tense, And we
Mhm.
are doing this every day without realizing that
Yes,
we are in front of the computer like that. Many people nowadays, many kids,
yes.
many adolescents, they are like that. And the
From the
whole body was, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'd
Okay.
like to know people who are doing it. Probably we stopped way before we were supposed to because we couldn't. But anyway, if you try to not blink for 30 seconds, I would like to know how do your eyes feel after so much time not blinking. And if you're like me and most people, the eyes feel irritated and they feel dry and they feel tense, and not just the eyes, like Diana says, but other parts of your body start tensing up. And now we're going to do the opposite. And I'm going to ask you to be the one giving the rhythm. Yes, we're going to blink every second for 30 seconds. And I see people like Trisha say dry, itchy, tense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Charu also dry. Indeed, not blinking is not good for your eyes and your eyesight. So now we're going to blink every second. So you're going to do with your finger, or you are going to count. So we blink, yeah, 30 times during those 30
Okay.
seconds. Yes. So
Okay.
you guide us. Yes, go ahead. And everybody does that.
Okay. 1, 2, go. There.
Okay. How
Wow,
do
so much
you guys
better.
when you've been blinking every second? And you'll probably notice, yeah, so much better, much better. How are your eyes, Diana?
Oh, so they are so wet, that there are tears. They are
Yes,
relaxed.
yes.
um I can see clearer. I can see the colors brighter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the letters also brighter.
Mm-hmm.
And the visual acuity has changed too.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Focus
Yeah.
is better.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's what happens when you blink. Your eyes are more relaxed, they're moist, they can focus better, and your body can also be more relaxed. Uh-huh. So you've seen for yourself now the benefits of blinking. And actually, we were doing it like this. It was kind of mechanical, but it was just to have a
Yes.
reference.
Yes.
If you don't want to have like a clock near you,
Mm.
or these instruments that musicians use to measure how to blink and do it mechanically, a very nice way is just to blink very fast, like a butterfly moving the wings for 30 seconds. And then your eyes will keep blinking naturally. And that's a very nice way to do it. So, blinking is one of those amazing secrets for natural vision improvement. And you don't need to stop doing whatever other things you want to do in your daily life to
Mhm.
blink. You can blink
Yes.
and drive, you can blink and eat, you can blink and talk, you can blink and play sports, you can blink and work, right? So
Yes.
the idea is to keep blinking all the time, every day. Voila. Yes, so I see, for example, Tess face says, I can see clear after blinking. Well,
Yes.
blinking is free. Just blink as much as you want, right? That will improve
Yes.
a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and more tips. So breathe. We were
Breathe.
already saying with Maria, if you do the palming and you don't allow yourself to breathe, you're not going to relax. So you need to pay attention at your breathing. Make sure that
Breathe.
breathing slowly and deeply. That will bring a lot of relaxation, and it
Mhm.
will bring a lot of oxygen to the
Oxygen.
body.
Yes.
Your eyes and your brain are the organs that consume the most oxygen in your body. They weigh less than 10% of the body weight, but they consume more than 25% of the oxygen. Uh-huh. And a way that's very interesting, of course, there's many ways of breathing, and yoga teaches many kinds of breathing, but one that is very practical is, for example, if you're going to inhale for 4 times and exhale for 4 times, just to talk about a simple one, sometimes people measure in seconds, but seconds are arbitrary in relation to the rhythm of your body. But you could breathe in 4 heartbeats and breathe out for 4 heartbeats. Yeah. And when you do that, you're aligning the rhythm of your breathing and your heartbeat. And when there's coherence in the rhythms of your body, the body works much better. It's under the influence of the parasympathetic autonomous nervous system.
Mhm.
Guess what? Your memory, your learning, your cognition, your nervous systems works better when the rhythms of your body are aligned. And
Mhm.
aligning your breathing with your heartbeat is very easy. Yeah.
Yes.
So breathing now, yawning and
Oh, yawning.
oh,
Oh.
this,
With an open mouth. Don't be shy. Don't do this. You just open your
yes,
mouth, as our dear pets do. Look at them.
exactly.
They do like
Uh-huh.
like cats.
The time and the space. So yawning and stretching. Well, yawning creates also moist for your eyes. Yawning brings a lot of oxygen at once
Yes.
for your eyes and your brain. Stretching allows the
Stretching.
yawning also,
Yes,
and
it
the moist
relaxes the
it
muscles
relaxes
here. Yeah.
exactly. And
Yeah.
for your eye muscles to be relaxed, you need also for your neck, your shoulders, your back
Mhm.
to be relaxed. So stretching is really good. Uh-huh.
Mhm. Yes. Yeah.
Another thing that is very good is looking far away, because we already
Mhm.
told you that to look near, many muscles need to tense. The recti muscles,
Yeah.
the all the iris is becoming smaller. The ciliary muscles are making the crystalline bulge up, and the obliques are also working. So
Right.
actually, looking near is tiring for the eyes, and nowadays we're looking near most of the time. Mhm. So if
Yes.
you want to rest your eyes and have better eyesight, you need to take as many opportunities to look far away as possible without lenses, glasses, contacts, or even the window of your home. So
Yes.
look far without any glass, because also when you're looking through a glass, any glass, the world looks flat. And when you're looking without any glass, you see the 3D of the world. Yeah, so that's
Yes.
important. Mhm.
Yes. Looking far was another sign that my eyesight was improving. I remember in doing some of the practices, and one day I was outside at home and looking far, and there were a bunch of trees, and I saw them as a, I don't know, something with no shape, nothing, something green. But one
Mhm.
day after doing this and blinking and breathing, I saw the trees, I saw the leaves, and I say, yes, this is so. There are little things that you improve day by day, and
Absolutely. And
yes,
they keep adding on, they keep compounding. The more
yeah,
you practice and the more they
yeah,
compound.
and so simple. I know it's something so simple as looking at some trees
Yes.
or going to the beach and looking at the horizon and the waves.
Those that are yes, that
Yeah,
are here.
yeah,
So I see that the team, thank you so much. I don't know if it's Elia or Cecilia, wrote 5 tips: breathe, yawn, stretch, look far, and blink. And guess what? You could use post-its to remind yourself. You
yeah,
could put them
yeah,
around your screen, but you could also put them around the house. So every time you see one of these post-its reminding you to breathe, yawn, stretch, look far, and blink, you can do it. And it's a very
yeah.
fun way to introduce it in your daily life.
And if I can add something, if it's possible, smile.
Mhm. Look,
Every time you can smile, okay?
uh-huh.
It
If
relaxes.
you, and if you don't remember how it happens smiling, you can put a pen,
Yeah.
between your teeth, and you smile. Actually, there's these tips are coming next also, because laughing and smiling is
Oh
good for
yeah.
your eyesight. Laughing brings tears, but also it relaxes
Yes.
all the face. Crying is also good for
Right.
your eyesight because when we hold our emotions inside,
Yeah.
that remains in our body's as tension. And we'll talk
Yeah.
about this more in lesson number 3. If
Yeah.
your environment is not very humid, you could use a humidifier at home. And also playing with your memory and imagination. Mhm. The memory is about what happened in the past, imagination is about what could happen in the future. And when you're present in the present, perception is great. And if you're going to play with memory and imagination, remember happy memories. Yes, with the pen in your mouth. Memories that make you smile, that make you feel gratitude, joy, love, and imagine things that make you feel happiness and joy and gratitude and love.
Yeah.
Because our emotions are very connected with our nervous system and our eyesight. You may not know about it. We'll talk about it in lesson 3. So, and also our eyesight is 90% mental and only 10% associated to what happens in our eyes. And our eyesight, our vision is very connected with memory and imagination. It's the information processing
Yes.
of the brain is very similar in the 3. So you want to train your memory and your imagination so you can improve your eyesight. And a few more. Keep a positive focus. Focus on what you can see instead of being frustrated for what you cannot see. Instead of saying, if I remove the glasses, I'm blind as a bat. That's not
Mm,
true.
mm, mm.
When you remove the glasses, you still see colors and movement and shapes, and perspectives and 3D. You actually see more of your peripheral vision. So be grateful and rejoice and celebrate what you can see. And then you're training your mind into giving you more of that. Focus on what's improving. Focus on what you can see more than you couldn't see before. And focus on what you can do with the glasses more than you could do before. We already spoke about sleeping in the darkness, right? You could
Yes.
use blinds or blindfolds or no lights or no electronics, and so that there's total darkness because it helps with your retina to produce the proteins that allow you to see in colors. It relaxes the eyes because otherwise they
Mhm,
nervous. Uh,
mhm.
if there's light, your retina is stimulated and your nervous system is stimulated, you'll sleep much better in the darkness and your eyesight will be better. And we said it before also, use the glasses as little as reasonably
Of
and
course.
safely possible,
Yeah.
because otherwise you're keeping your eyes locked into tension and
Yeah.
yeah, they cannot improve. So we
Yes.
promised 5 tips and we actually ended up giving 13. That's
Yeah.
about, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. There are so many things that we don't realize that we are doing with our eyes, or we are not doing. In fact,
Yes.
that we go to the gym, we do things for our body, but we don't take into account that our eyes do need some gym too, and especially here, I just go back to the brain because this
Mhm.
is where everything is processing, our side is processing. And take just a little time for yourself. Try it, and you'll see the results as I do, because every day changes. Every day your body, your eyes are changing. So give them a try. Take
Yep.
them. Yeah. Take care of them. Take good care of them.
Yes, and see with your own eyes how when you're doing these things, you're going to see better and better. Thank you
Yes.
very much, Diana. We're almost finishing, but I
Yeah.
still have a few informations for you that you don't want to miss. And I also want to give the opportunity to Cecilia and Elia if they want to say a word about their experience and how their eyesight has been improving since they knew about natural vision improvement. So one of you would like to say something, Elia, Cecilia, Elia? Okay, you're on.
Hello.
Hello, you're on.
Well, I'm from Venezuela. Uh, I have never heard of natural vision until I meet Dr. Ainhoa and the free course. I start working with Ainhoa and the ClearSight team before I meet natural vision. And
Mhm.
for me, Ainhoa is the symbol of natural vision that I know. Eh, when I start working with her, I read a lot of thank you message from people who didn't even know her in person, thanking her for sharing this exercise because they have been able to see clearer.
Mhm.
And in my head, it was like, oh my god, this really works. I choose physiotherapy as a career. Um, it was wonderful for me to learn the similarities it has with natural vision. Okay, the rehabilitators like me help people through techniques, exercise, and that works in a similar way to
Mhm.
natural vision. Okay, and for me, that was wonderful.
Mhm.
I used to wear glasses in here.
You have around, yeah, I remember when you were wearing those when you started working for us.
Yeah. Yes, I used to wear glasses, and as you can see now, I don't wear them. Here you can see the proof.
Yes.
The funny thing about all these, if I came to the course with these glasses, and now I don't have glasses, and I am studying to be a vision coach. Yeah, uh, that is why. That is why I encourage you to follow the lessons for the free course. Wake up your eyes. It's very, very, very amazing. Yeah, así que let's go.
Yeah, and you're right. Natural vision improvement is like physiotherapy for the eyes, but that part is not taught in for physiotherapists. It's vision coaches or vision educators who can teach you how to use your eyes well and how to take care of them to have good eyesight for life. Thank you very much, Elia, and thank you very much for all the work that you do daily to support the community and all the interested and participants to our courses. With all my heart, thank you, Elia. And Cecilia, do you want to say something before I wrap up with a few final thoughts? Go ahead.
Well, hello everyone. I'm also a visual educator. I've have meeting with over 300 people, and I've seen the benefits of natural vision. So I'm so happy to all be here today, and I encourage you to keep with this course, to start doing the exercise and see the benefits for yourself.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Cecilia. Okay, so today we've gone deeper into palming. We talked about focusing. I told you my story. We answered many questions. We told you about 13 tips and tricks and exercises and habits that you can cultivate in your daily life so that you can improve your eyesight and see better and better. And tomorrow we're going to release lesson number 2. And what are we going to do in lesson number 2? So we're going to be talking about false myths and limiting beliefs about your eyesight. And we're going to change them into true and empowering truths, so that you remove any limits you have in your mind, any blocking beliefs that you have in your mind, and you open up to what is possible, improving your eyesight. Yes? We're going to teach you the second STAR technique of natural vision improvement, a technique that you can combine with palming that does wonders. And we're going to teach you 3 simple exercises that you can practice even for 5 minutes that will improve so much your eyesight in a tangible way, that we're even going to provide you with eye charts and small prints so that you can see the difference, like have proof. Before you do the exercise, after you do the exercise, you can evaluate how much your eyesight has improved, just practicing a few minutes. We're also going to teach you the instant focusing technique that will show you how you can actually see well with your own eyes. But the reason why you're not experiencing it in your everyday life is because you haven't trained your brain to do it, and you don't have good habits of using your eyes. And so we will teach you this instant focusing technique that will show you how you can see well with your eyes. And we will, of course, give you some more tips on what are those good habits so that you can experience clear eyesight every day at every time. Yeah, and we're also going to talk about some of the questions that you're asking, Karen. Should we wear blue and green light blocking lenses when looking at a computer screen? And I would say no, there's a better alternative to that, but we're going to teach you what to do, what better to do in the live corresponding to lesson number 2. And I see also Trisha is saying, I will need to get glasses that aren't as strong as my current prescription. Yes, as you're improving your eyesight, your glasses will become too strong. So we're going to tell you about an alternative tool that you can use instead of having to buy plenty of glasses in between, that will help you in the transition, but that will also be a training tool for you to improve your eyesight. But these topics I'm going to teach in lesson number 2, in video number 2 that will be released tomorrow, and also in the live corresponding to number 2. So if you haven't yet registered, you want to make sure that you're part of the free 4-part masterclass through clearsightmethod.com/wakeupyoureyes, so that you receive all the information, all the free videos, all the emails telling you when everything is being released, so that you can make the most out of it. Yes? Okay, I see people that are super happy of getting the next pieces of information. Yeah, because now we've been there for already almost 2 hours. We don't want to make this live eternal. There's a lot more information coming, but it's coming in bits and pieces. So make sure that you watch video number 2 tomorrow. And again, to be able to do so, you need to be registered, okay? There's a recording for what we've done today and for the lives, but it's better if you participate live, yes? And I just want to assure you that what we're teaching does work for your symptom. If you have your eye globe connected with the optic nerve and connected to your brain, regardless of what eye symptom you have, you can improve your eyesight with what we're teaching. Yes, and it does work at your age. I started improving my eyesight when I was 6 months old, and we've had participants in their 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and everybody improves their eyesight. So you can, and it has a compounding effect. You can compile the practices and you just will keep improving as you practice. And it also works if you've had surgery in the past, and if you want to avoid surgery in the future. So whatever is your case, do come and do participate. And I would like to know, how would you like for your eyesight to transform as you keep participating and you're getting better? And how will you feel when you see better? And I'm inviting you to put yourself into that state, because the more you plunge, the more you get into it, and the more motivated you will be, and the further you will take yourself. Because I was asking earlier if you're interested or engaged, committed, and actually the engagement and the commitment is with you, with your own health, your own well-being, your own eyesight, your own vision. And we're here to serve. We're serving, very happy to do so through this free 4-part masterclass. And at the end of the 4-part masterclass, we will also offer the opportunity for those who want to engage and enroll into an advanced program. And that one is a paid program. And if you want, you can join us. But the important here is that you take your own journey as far as you want so that you get the results you want to see clearly with your own eyesight. Yes, let me show you. You can take a snapshot maybe of the different links that are useful for you to keep participating, to register, to sign up, to subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on Facebook. We have also plenty of testimonials if you want to see many more stories of people who have improved their eyesight dramatically following the ClearSight method. And if you have a question, you can, of course, contact us at ainhoa@clearsightmethod.com. Voila! So this is it for me. Maybe you can also write or think why you would like to keep learning more from me. I'd like to know what is the key idea or the discovery or the aha moment or the inspirational story that you heard that impacted you most. It's good for us to know and for you to express what did you get from today's session. And in any case, I want to congratulate you and celebrate you for being here, for watching until the end, and for being engaged in your well-being, for doing this for your own health. And guess what? Not only for you, because the moment you improve your eyesight, naturally, you become living proof that it's possible, and you become a model for your environment. Your children, your spouse, your friends, your family, your elders, your parents, they can see in you what is possible, and they very likely are going to be inspired by you to take care of their own eyes and improve their eyesight naturally. And in this way, you'll be part of our global movement, where we want to create this cascading movement so that taking care of eyes and having good eyesight becomes a standard, just like brushing the teeth to have good teeth is a standard nowadays. So thank you for having been here. Congratulations. I see lots of messages of people are being very happy and grateful. It's very, very nice to read your words. Yes, the key point is to relax. Relaxation is great. Very, very happy that you're taking interesting information, that you're happy. And again, don't miss tomorrow's video. Lesson number 2 is coming with the second START technique for natural vision improvement. And in a couple of days, we'll have live 2, and you're going to keep learning a lot so that you can integrate it, practice it, see the results, see for yourself, see with your own eyes. So for today, that's it. And so let me invite you to take care, be happy, enjoy the beauty of life, and we'll see each other very soon and much, much better. Thank you, Maria, Diana, Cecilia, Elia, for being here today, and everyone in the ClearSight Method team. And again, really kudos for you who were here for yourself with your engagement. So lots of kisses. See you soon. Bye-bye.